You're the first major college football coach that I've interviewed, Brian, who has 4 years as a women's college softball coach on their resume at your alma mater, Assumption College in Worcester, Massachusetts. By the way, just for the sake of the public here, your first season you had 7 wins, year 2, 16, year 3, 18, year 4, 23. Is it just that coaching is coaching? I mean, how much did you even know about softball when you took this job?
I didn't know much about the game itself, and I was learning about it. I remember reading books about it and really just trying to find out more about the game. But I knew about teaching, I knew about communication, and I knew about how to motivate. And I think if you have those in place, then really you should be able to coach most sports. And certainly at that level, I was coaching women. And I think the thing that I took from it more than anything else is when you have a group that plays for the love of the game. There's no major league softball league that the women that I was coaching that they were aspiring to. It's fun. It's fun when you have a group that play because they love to play, and that's why I really enjoyed those 4 years.
I mean, I love having this conversation with Gino Auriemma, who I've gotten to know a little bit, but you actually have the perspective of having coached women and men.
Yes.
Is there much of a difference, or players are players?
Well, there's nuances certainly that are different there, but I will tell you that when they cross the line, the competitors and the male and female come out, and there is no difference there. The competitors want to win, and that's where there is no difference. There's no gender difference. When competitors get out there, they want to win.
You spent 13 years as the head coach of the Lakers.
Yes.
Grand Valley State Lakers, Allendale, Michigan, where they actually have lakes as opposed to Los Angeles, but that's another story. You got you became the head coach there at the age of 29, which is very young. Coached 2 Division II national championships teams. So this was an extraordinary period of your life. And every time I've heard you talk about it, you seem very wistful, very full, emotionally full when you talk about your 13 years there. What was so special about that experience to you?
Well, it was both for me growing up as a coach, certainly learning it, and for the record, I was 28 when I got the job, and
okay.
certainly really didn't know much about being a head coach. There's a big difference between making decisions, right, and making suggestions,
Yeah.
and I was in that position of making decisions and had to figure it out as I went. But I also was growing as a person. I met my wife, started a family, went through some personal difficulties. My wife went through cancer. We battled through that as a family. So it was a very formative time in my life as professionally, being a head coach and learning how to be a head coach, screwing it up as I went and obviously learning and having success, and then as a father and a husband going through some difficult times. So it was a very formative and important time in my life.
Talk about screwing up and just having the ability to screw up, you know, without having the world crash down on you like it would here, right? I mean, that's got to be I think about some of my early jobs and the mistakes that I made then, if I made now, I'd be in big trouble. But when you're young, you can make those mistakes, learn from them, and still survive to see another day, right?
Absolutely. I was fortunate enough to have really the AAA experience, or the AA experience, if you will, to really understand and make decisions and maybe make some mistakes and learn from them, and then able to take that on to Central Michigan and be on a larger scale, and then Cincinnati, and that's all really helped me here to handle some of the tough times that you're going to have here at Notre Dame, and all of those years have been formative for me.